Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Ignite. It's Wednesday, it's 3:30, and it's fantastic to be here with you. Um, how are you doing? I'm just looking out at the weather. It looks amazing outside, doesn't it? But it's freezing. It's freezing cold outside. In fact, it's not too warm inside either. But well, we'll keep on going, and we'll see how we get. How was school today? Let me know on the comments. Let me know how school was. Did you get home okay? I'm sure you're dry, but you might have been cold. Did you remember to bring your coat this morning? Otherwise, you would have got freezing, I'm pretty sure. So, welcome back after half term. We were off last week. Hope you had a good week. I had a pretty good week. I was still working, but we didn't do Ignite. But I had Thursday and I had Friday off, and I managed to go out with the family. We went for a little walk around Chichester, and we had a little walk around Salisbury one day as well, which was really nice. What did you get up to in half term? Let me know. Did you get up to something fun? Did you play any games? What was going on? Be great to hear from you. Just put something in the comments and then I can read them out. I can see what you've been up to. So we're going to have a good day this afternoon. We've got coming up, if there's enough of you, we'll play our game. And we've got some pictures. We've got a load of pictures you guys have sent in. So thank you very much for the pictures. That's fantastic. We've got the jokes from the digital assistant to read out. Not sure if they're that funny this week, but we'll see how we get on. We've got our talk and we've got a great craft as well. Well, it's more of an activity sort of craft thing to make later. So I'll show you how to do that, and then you can make that another time. And if you do that, you might want to send us some pictures in. That would be fantastic. And also, we've got Barry versus Challenge of the Week. I recorded that yesterday with George. And so we've got that coming up as well. But I tell you what, we've got a few people watching I can see at the moment. So let's start with a game. Okay, so we're going to play, if you're new to this, we're going to play Build a House. So I've got a word here. You have to send in the comments, put in the comments a letter, and we'll see if you can guess the word before I have drawn a house. And today's first game, the first word is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters long. Okay, so send in a letter. Put your letter down in the comments, and we'll see how well you're doing. Don't forget to say hello in the comments as well, so I can see who's watching. Oh, just change that. Good afternoon, Dad. Dad's going with an E. Is there an E? Oh, there is an E. Good start for you guys. There is an E right in the middle. Right in the middle. Mum there with an A. Is there an A? There is an A right after the E. It's a very good start for you today. C. No, there's not a C. That's my first part of the house. A T. There is a T. We've got my favourite word, eat. G. G. There's not a G. W. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I was going to say there wasn't a W, but there is a W. I did do very well on this. Thought this might be a good one. Hi, Kate. A H. No H. Mum with wheat, thinking that I've spelt it wrong. No, haven't spelt it wrong, so you're going to have a wrong answer with that one. And Dad with an S. Yes. Sweat. That's the word. Yeah, first word is sweat. And I haven't been doing that today because I haven't been out because it's too cold. But sweat is the first word. Well done, you got that. I didn't do too well on that one. So let's go with game 2. Okay, game 2 is 1, 2, 3, 4. Game 2 is also 5 letters. So I wonder if you guess what we're talking about today with the word sweat. I doubt it. I doubt it. And I wonder what it has in common with this word. Maybe something, maybe nothing. Maybe it's just random. An O. Oh, you're doing well with the first letters. I have to give you that. There is an O. Is there an A? There is not. There is not an A. Yeah, not an A on that one. We're just waiting for Freddie to get home. Freddie's cycling home today, so I'm sure he's going to be pretty cold. Although he might have got a sweat on from cycling home. An E. Is there an E? There's not an E. I see you're going for the vowels. A B. Is there a B? There is not. There is not a B, I'm afraid. There you go, not a B. Is there an S? There is not an S. Oh, this is interesting. This is as far as I got in the last game. So I think I'm already doing better than the last game. Well, hopefully. You've got to get another wrong one, and then I'm definitely doing better than last game. We've got a P. I wonder how many of you watch this who are not watching it live, because we see that there's we don't always have a lot of people watching live, but we have a lot of people watch it later on. I wonder how you play the game later on. That would be very interesting. Went with a P. There is 2 P's. Is this another Welsh word? It is not. It is not a Welsh word. No, I've only done that once. I only done that once. That was good fun. Oh, what? So I didn't do better than last time, because there you go. Hippo and sweat. What on earth could that have to do with what we're talking about today? It's a strange one. It's a strange one. Well, it's not strange, but it might appear strange to start with. Today's theme is "Don't Sweat It." Okay, "Don't Sweat It" is today's theme. And interesting fact, why did I use hippo? Interesting fact with hippo, we had this, I was going to say weeks ago, but months ago probably, when we were doing BBC TV, Biddy Barry's church television. We were talking about fun facts, and Elijah sent us in a fact. And I've got this fact here. Hippos have pink sweat. That's amazing. Hippos have pink sweat. They've got special glands in their skin that put out this kind of oily reddish pink liquid. And it's sometimes called blood sweat, but it isn't blood. And this sweat isn't for cooling them off, though. It's kind of a moisturizer and an antibiotic and a sunscreen all rolled into one. It turns out hippos have very sensitive skin. So there you go. There's a fun fact to tell your friends, that hippos have pink sweat. Very weird. But we're going to be talking a little bit more about sweat and stuff later on. But we'll have today's Bible verse. So where is the Bible verse today? Here we go. Today's Bible verse is this: a foolish person loses his temper, but a wise person controls his anger. And that's from, you can find that in the Bible. That's in Proverbs, and it's chapter 29, verse 11. I'll read it again. A foolish person loses his temper, but a wise person controls his anger. That's in Proverbs chapter 29, verse 11. You can find that in the Bible. Maybe have a look for that a bit later on. So that's the Bible verse today, and today's theme is "Don't Sweat It," and we'll be talking about that in a bit. But first, I'm really excited about this. First, we've got this. That's right, we've got your pictures. You guys have been amazing, and you've sent us some pictures in, which is really great. Thank you so much for sending them in. Over the weekend, we had, well, Saturday was the 31st of October, so it was All Hallows Eve. And what we were doing at church is that we gave out goodie bags with some activities and stuff in. And I sent out a challenge. The challenge was not to have any scary stuff or anything like that, but to actually have a bit of light. And I Well, I made this junk lighthouse. And my challenge, which I gave out actually on Messy Church. We did the Messy Church the week beforehand. And I gave out this challenge for everyone to, if they could either make a junk lighthouse or make a lighthouse out of Lego or draw a lighthouse or paint a lighthouse, and to put them on their windows so people passing could see these lighthouses on their windows, because the lighthouse helps us remember Jesus, that Jesus is the light of the world. And in these dark times, especially around that time of the year where people celebrate Halloween, we were not doing that, and especially the dark times around at the moment with the coronavirus going on, and we're going to be entering into another lockdown tomorrow, which is going to be a bit strange and a bit odd. Some people are a bit down, some people are a bit sad, and we wanted to cheer them up and send a little bit of light out there. So that was the challenge. In fact, still do the challenge. If you haven't made a lighthouse, if you haven't drawn one or anything like that, do one. Put it up on your window and send us a picture in so we can see your lighthouses, as have people here. So we've got, first one is Charlie and Maggie. There you go. Charlie and Maggie, with the help of Dad Matt, I think it was, and probably Lucy as well, have done this amazing lighthouse on the front of their window. There's Charlie looking through the window there as well. Says, "You are the light of the world." That's fantastic. I think you use those really cool paint pens, which I love those paint pens. They're really good because you can write on glass and they do clear up quite easily afterwards as well. So that is a fantastic picture. Well done, Charlie and Maggie, for your lighthouse picture. That is absolutely awesome. And now we also had Grace and Ruth did some pictures as well on their windows. And there you go. They've got a nice sort of harvest scenes going on around there with some leaves, and there's a pumpkins there as well. And right there, you've got your red and white striped lighthouse right at the top there. That is fantastic. Shining out around the world. Awesome. Well done, Grace. Well done, Ruth. Thank you very much for that. And then we've got next picture coming in is Max. So Max did that. And there's you can see there's a junk lighthouse right over there with a light in. And I think Adrian said that light was a bike light, which is very cool. So Adrian put I think that's Freddie coming home. So Adrian put a bike light in the top of his lighthouse to make it shine, which is awesome. Thank you very much for that. Thank you, Max. And then our next picture is from Noku. And Noku drew an awesome lighthouse. And I love this because it's got Jesus is the light at the bottom, which is absolutely fantastic, but also has the NHS and a heart on the side of the lighthouse there as well. What a cool idea. Thank you very much, Noku. That is absolutely amazing. Absolutely love that one. Great drawing. Well done. Thank you very much. And then we've got some more pictures. We've got Kevin. Now, Kevin was dressed up as well. I love this. Kevin's dressed up as Black Panther there. That's fantastic. The amazing Black Panther. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Kevin. And right next to you there, you've got a lighthouse made from junk, which looks like, it looks like a paper cup and maybe a toilet roll tube on top there. That's fantastic. And then next to you, you've got a smiley face pumpkin. Awesome. Thank you very much, Kevin. And then also, I've got a picture also, Kevin, of you dressed up with your sister, Olivia. Look, there's Olivia dressed up as a little cat. Olivia, you look amazing. I love those little ears. The ears are fantastic. So well done, Kevin. Looking great. Fantastic. Thank you very much for your pictures. And then our last picture is from Catherine. Catherine's nanny sent me this picture in, and there's one of the colouring pictures from the goodie bags that we gave out. That's fantastic, Catherine. That is amazing colours. I love the fact that pumpkins are orange, and you've used all like oranges and yellows and reds and pinks and browns to colour in your pumpkin. That is absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much for your pictures. That is all the pictures this week. But if you have a picture, send it right here to barry@holysaviour.church, and I will show those pictures the next time we are on. Now it's also time, Freddie, because Freddie's just come in here. Freddie, would you like to help me with the jokes briefly or quickly? If you want to grab the little thumbs up and thumbs down that's right at the back there. Awesome. Thank you very much. Let's get the chair. Let's get the chair for Fred. Fred is quickly just doing his hair. Fred, it's all right. You fit in today very well. Freddie's just cycled home from school. Freddie, your school is about 5 miles away, isn't it? So you've cycled 5 miles home, and you're quite hot and you're quite sweaty. But today's theme, Fred, is don't sweat it. We're talking about sweat in a kind of an odd way. We've had sweat in the game. We've had hippo in the game. Because do you remember?
Hippos don't sweat.
No, hippos have a coloured sweat.
It's a red sweat.
Hippos have like a pinky red sweat.
Yeah.
So we've talked about that as well. But it's time for... let me find it. It's time for... that makes me laugh more than the jokes normally. We have the jokes from the digital assistant. I asked the digital assistant yesterday for 3 jokes. And the first joke she said I used. It was a good one. Second joke she said, not so good. Third joke she said, not so good. Fourth joke was all right. I put it in. 5th, 6th, 7th, all the way up to like about 25 jokes were rubbish. And like the 26th or something like that, I've used. So, Freddie, if you haven't seen this before, Freddie is in charge of whether it's a bad joke or whether it's a good joke. But please let me know your comments on the jokes as well. Tell me if they're any good or if they're not any good. Okay, Freddie, are you ready for the first joke?
Yes.
Okay, I like this one. It's a Star Wars joke. I do like a Star Wars joke. You ready? What do you call a statue in a Star Wars gift shop?
What?
Mannequin Skywalker. That was a good one. That was a good one, right? You like that one? Yeah. That was the first joke she said. And I thought, do you know what? She's on a roll today. It's going to be good. It didn't turn out that way, but I thought that at the start. Okay, second joke. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure whether you'll like this joke. George would like this joke because George likes maths, doesn't he? George is a big fan of maths. So if you like maths, you might like this joke. What do you get if you cross the circumference of a pumpkin by its diameter?
What?
Pumpkin pie. Oh, did you not like that? Pie,
I don't like pie.
3.14. I can't remember the rest of them.
I don't like pi. 3.141526 something. I don't like pi in maths. It's hard.
Maybe you need a pumpkin to help you out.
I don't like pumpkin.
Do you not like pumpkin? Oh, okay. But that was. I liked that joke. Okay. As I say, we had to go through quite a lot of jokes afterwards until we got something funny again. So, you ready for the third and last joke, Fred? Okay. What kind of music do boulders like?
Rock music.
Rock and roll.
No.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Awesome. I have to say, well, actually, guys, let me know what your favorite joke was, 1, 2, or 3. When I was asking the digital assistant for jokes yesterday, she actually said a joke that we've had before, so I didn't use it. But I was very tempted because it was one of our favorite jokes, and it was the I think it's something like, what do you call a magic dog?
Abracadabra.
A Labracadabrador. Which would have been a definite thumbs up. But yeah, that was great. Are you staying or are you going?
I have a paper round to do.
You've got a paper round to do. Okay. Have fun with the paper round. Was it cold outside?
Yes.
But you warmed up because you're quite hot cycling.
Yes.
But it's still cold.
Yes.
Okay. Well, go on then. Go and do your paper round. Don't forget to put your lights on. Right. Okay. That was the jokes. Let's just check on the comments. We've got didn't like the first, liked the second, didn't like the third. Like the pie joke, Fred. Liked the pie joke. Okay. Right. Where are we now? Let's just have a sip of coffee. Okay, where we've done the jokes. Okay, we're on to our talk. Right, so think about a hot summer's day. It's not a hot summer's day today. It's cold and it's wintry. But on a hot summer's day, you've probably noticed this wet stuff dripping down your face. It's called sweat, and it's your body's own built-in air conditioner. Now, sweat comes from the 2 to 4 million sweat glands that you've all got all over your body. All of us have got them over our bodies. Now, most of them are on your hands, are on your feet, and on your face. And you see, your body needs to stay at about 37 degrees Celsius to keep up its necessary functions like breathing and digesting food and making new cells. But when you've been exercising or when it's just plain hot outside, your body can get too hot and make you sick. And that's when your brain tells your body it's time to cool off. And the sweat glands start getting to work. And they make a watery liquid that gets sent out through the pores, which is like these tiny openings on your skin. And as the sweat evaporates into the air, it cools your skin. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I think that's pretty cool. But you know what? Our bodies aren't the only things that can get too hot. Our tempers can as well. It's easy for little things to make us angry. I mean, whether it's knocking over a drink at lunchtime, or dropping your pencil for the 15th time, or maybe getting squirted in the face by someone with a water pistol. The other day, in fact, it was Monday, I went for a meeting. I drove to Bournemouth for a meeting. And when I got back to the car in the car park was horrible. It was so full. It took me 20 minutes just to be able to get out of the bay where I was parked. And then it took another 25 minutes to half an hour to actually get out of that lane and get out of the car park. I was stuck in a car park for 45 minutes. I was getting really cross. And I was really trying to think of ways that I could calm down. My temper was getting a bit frayed. But anger doesn't fix the problem. It usually makes it much worse. So what can you do to cool off? Well, you could take a deep breath and maybe say a prayer. Ask God to cool your temper and simply show you what to do next. Like mop up the milk, the drink you've spilt at lunchtime, or maybe just pick up that pencil again and wipe your face from the water pistol. And for me, well, I phoned my wife. I phoned Adele. I was sat in the car and just not moving for 20 minutes. And I phoned Adele and just chatted with her. And that calmed me down. Now, learning to let God to help you keep your cool during the little stuff makes it easier to keep your cool when the big things come around. And I think that's what we need to learn. If we can let God help us with the small stuff, then we know that he's also going to help us with the big stuff. And we'll cope with the big stuff a lot more, we're a lot better if we're ready, if we're prepared. So remember, if your temper starts to get a bit high and you start to get a bit cross and a bit angry, remember, take a deep breath, say a little prayer, have a chat with God, and I'm sure he'll help you out. Now, something else that's quite good if you're cross or if you're angry is a stress ball. I've got a stress ball there. Look, there's a little face on there, and these stress balls are great. You can squash them, and just when you're angry, you can just sit there and maybe just squeeze the stress ball and think about what actually you should be doing rather than what you think you should be doing. And maybe when you talk to God, you can be holding your stress ball. So I thought, why don't we, in today's activity, make a stress ball? It's really cool. Now, you can watch this, maybe make some notes, and then you can do this later on. And if you make one, send me a picture. I'd love to see it. Now, for a stress ball, you need a couple of balloons. You need some flour. You need an empty drink bottle, and you can do it other ways. This is the way I'm going to do it. This is I tried it yesterday, and this way made the least amount of mess. It wasn't completely clean, but it made the least amount of mess. You'll need a funnel, and you'll need a spoon. Now, what you need to do first is you need to get your plastic bottle. Make sure it's dry inside. So wash it out, make sure it's dry. And then you need to put some flour in there. Now, I've already put some flour in there, okay? And what I found the best way to do it was to put your funnel in your bottle, open up your flour, and carefully, here we go, carefully put some flour in. Let's close that before I drop it and make a mess. Put your flour in and give it a little stir to try and get that flour into the bottle. Sometimes if you turn your spoon around and just try and poke that through, because the flour can get a little bit stuck. Maybe give it a little bump as well, just to help you get all that flour down. Okay. There we go, nearly done. Okay, so I've got that flour into the bottle. There you go. Now, this is the tricky bit, okay? This is where you can get covered with flour if you're not careful. You need to get that flour inside this balloon, okay? And that is the tricky thing. Now, the best way to do it is to blow the balloon up, and then you're probably going to need two people. I just about did it with one person yesterday, and it was tricky, but you're going to need two people. Blow the balloon up with it still blown up, pinch it, and then put the neck of the balloon over the bottle. Okay, let's you might want to blow the balloon up a couple of times just to make it a bit stretchy. Oh, right, blow it up again. Okay, now I've blown the balloon up. Now you want to pinch it there, so you've got a little bit left over, and then you want to carefully put this over the bottle. Okay, now this is the cool thing. Once that's over the bottle, you've obviously got the air in the bottle, so carefully you've now the air won't come out. Okay, what you want to do now is carefully turn the bottle up, give it a bit of a shake, to get the flour from inside the bottle to inside your balloon. Okay. Now that has... Okay, now once you've done that, carefully pinch the balloon again and take the bottle out. So the bottle is now empty. And I've now got the flour in the balloon. Now what you want to do is carefully let the air out of the balloon, but don't just let go, because if you just let go, you'll get a fountain of flour come out. So you just want to carefully unpinch it, just a little bit at a time. Carefully unpinch it. Let the balloon go down. It's getting smaller, smaller. There, right. We now have a balloon with just the flour in. Okay, right. Then you have to tie a knot in the balloon. So with all the air out, tie a knot in the top of the balloon. So you might need an adult to help you with this, because tying knots in balloons can be a little fiddly at times. Okay, so there is your first part of your stress ball. Okay, so you could leave it just like this, but what I find the best thing to do is to put another balloon over the top of it to kind of do like a double thickness, because the last thing you want to do is for this balloon to burst, and then you're going to get flour everywhere. And if you get flour everywhere, you might get told off. And then if you get told off, I might get an email and I might get told off. So what we do, you get another balloon and you just want to cut the top bit off. Okay, so just cut the top bit off. Okay. Once you've cut the top bit off, this is the tricky bit. You want to try and open up that balloon, a bit like if you've gone swimming and you've had to wear a swimming hat. It's a bit like that. So you want to open up that balloon and put that over the top of this one. And it can be a bit tricky. I'll try that again. There we go, just try and tuck that down. Oh, okay, I'm going to have to try and do that again because that didn't work then. So remember, take your time. Don't rush it because it is tricky. There we go, that's better. Depending on how big the your balloon underneath is, how much flour you've got on, depends on how big this goes. Right, now, what you can do is once you've got your balloon like that, you can draw a face or something on it. So I think, what have I got? I've got yellow. Oh, I know what I could do. I've got yellow and blue. That looks a little bit like I could draw. Here we go. Just draw around there and around there. I'll just draw that there and that there. It looks a little bit like, I'm not sure if it does, maybe. Looks a little bit like a minion because I've used blue and yellow. But there you go. You've got a stress ball that now you can squeeze, and it's really cool. So when you feel a little bit cross, you can use your squeezy stress balls. There you go. This one, you can see this is orange, but inside there, what colour is inside? Oh, there's blue inside that one. So remember, yeah, you could use the flour. You can use rice as well, but sometimes rice might kind of poke out a bit, and sometimes it splits the balloon. But flour works really well. So have fun with your stress ball. If you make one, please send me a picture. I would love to see. I'd love to see how that goes, because they're a lot of fun. They're really good. But try not make a mess with all that flour, because it does have a tendency to go everywhere if you're not careful. Okay, so what now? It's time for Barry versus challenge of the week. And as I say, I had a lot of fun with George yesterday. As you remember, I'd lost the last few challenge of the weeks. So I was trying to get a win. So it was just me and George, and well, we had a little fun with some Lego. Let's watch Challenge of the Week. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Barry versus Challenge of the Week. Today I've got George with me, and we're going to have a great Lego building competition. Today's challenge is called Who Can Build Benny's Lego Spaceship the Quickest Challenge. We have got 2 Lego Benny's spaceships. They're the Lego Dimension spaceships. They're quite small. There you go. What we're going to do, we're going to take these apart, and then we're going to see who can build it back the quickest. Fastest wins. Are you ready for this, George?
I think so.
Let's get started. We've broken up all our pieces. They're all in a nice little pile here. We don't have to make Benny. Benny is already done, so we'll just leave Benny there. And it is just a case of following the instructions. George has got his instructions on his phone, and I've got the instructions here on a tablet, because typically we've lost the actual instruction books. So it's a race to see who's the fastest in building Benny's Lego Spaceship Challenge. Are you ready, George?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, hands on the table. 3, 2, 1, go! Problems already, George? Oh, yeah. I couldn't see where that went. Remember, the pieces need to be nice and square. You thought you were missing a piece?
I'm so close. I've just got to stick it to the stand. Wait, what? I missed. How have I got a piece? Oh, there.
Done.
I've got a piece that doesn't fit anywhere.
I'm done. I can see exactly where you haven't put that piece. There you go. I have just
I gave
won.
him the back there.
You've forgotten the back engine.
I was so close.
Well, oh no, but look at that. There you go. There is Benny's Lego spaceship.
I was ahead of you so
challenge done. There is George. George finally finished his as well. Challenge of the week. Finally, I've got one back. Challenge of the week goes to Barry. Hey! I think back to the studio. Bye-bye. Wow, that was brilliant, wasn't it? I love that. I loved it because I won, but I do love a bit of Lego. That is a great challenge. Any of you guys can do that at home. It's a great game to play. We had two of those, two duplicates, because we used it for church a while back, and I also wanted a Benny collectible, but from the Lego Movie. But if what you could do is, if you've got a small Lego model, you can still do the same thing. But what you do is you just make it, and you time yourself how quick it is that you can make it, and then get someone else in your family to then also make it and see if they can do it any quicker. But that was great, and I won, which I'm so happy about, which means on the scoreboard it was starting to look a bit dodgy, wasn't it? Because all the challenges were coming up. But no, I got a win in. So there you go. I got a win. So they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a draw. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a draw. So I'm 2 up at the moment. Not sure what the challenge will be next week. I had a chat with Adrian. We do have an idea of what to do. We'll see if we can pull that off. In fact, Adrian has just got on here. Adrian's just saying a proper challenge next week. Now, if it's the challenge that we talked about yesterday, I'm not sure the word proper comes into it, but it will be fun. And it will be a little bit chaotic. So we're going to have to plan. We're going to have to plan that. And because of the way coronavirus is, we're going to be doing that, filming that from our own homes. We're not going to be together, as the rules are. You know, we need to stay safe. We need to stay in our own homes for the next month. And it's going to be a bit rubbish, I'm sure, but we can get through this, as we have been already. And I've got complete faith in you guys that you can do this. We can do this. We can get through this. This is fine, because we've got something with us. We've got God. We've got God on our side, who is going to be with us, walking with us every step of the way through this. So if you start to get annoyed with anything that's going on, if your temper starts to build up, remember today's story about sweat. Remember that we can take a deep breath and have a word with God, a chat with God, and he will help you. Okay, right. That's it. We've come to the end of Ignite. It's been great to share today with you. It's been great to get back after being away last week on holiday. So it's fantastic. Just a couple of notices. Well, a notice we've got coming up. We've started our children's work back at the church, except we're not actually at the church. We've started it online on a Sunday morning, the first Sunday in the third Sunday of the month. It's called The Furnace, and it's really exciting. It starts at 9:30, and it's for about half an hour, 9:30 to 10. before the 10:30 service. It's on the first and third Sunday of the month, and it's on Zoom. If that's something that sounds interesting to you, if that's something you'd like to take part in and be part of, there's games, there's a story, there's prayers. They're split up into different age groups, so you'll be with children of your own age and a couple of fantastic leaders. If you'd like to do that and you've not heard about it before, then get an adult to send me an email right here at barry@holysaviour.church, and I'll talk to you more about the furnace and get you along. It'd be fantastic. We had 22 children join us last Sunday, which was really, really cool. So first and third Sunday of the month at the moment for the furnace. If you'd like to do that, get in touch. Right. So it's been great to be here with you guys. Let's just finish with a prayer. Father God, when little things and big things make me want to lose my temper, help me not to sweat it. Remind me to ask you what to do instead. And everybody said, Amen. Well, thank you guys. It's been great to be here with you. Looking forward to next week and whatever challenge Adrian brings. Have fun. Remember, if you make yourself a little squeezy stress ball, send me a picture in. If you put lighthouses on your windows, send me a picture in of that as well. It'd be great to see them. But have a great rest of the day. Have a great week and see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.